monitor in 2012. So I've been doing photography for the last 10 years. I mean, photography as a business, because much as I'm a photojournalist doing photography for people who who read newspapers and who go online. I've done photography as a business as well. So the journey started in when I was still at campus, just like many of you who are still at campus. So I started in videography. Then I switched to photography. But I did videography for like 2 years. And then how I joined the newspaper was kind of funny, because you know when you're working for a company and they don't pay you, and then you feel like you should find some other place. So I was working with a certain studio. The pay wasn't that good, much as there was little money that was supposed to be given to me, but it wasn't coming on time. So really, I had to change, and I applied at Daily Monitor, and yeah, the chance came in, and I took it. So since then, I switched from videography to photography. I've been doing this for the last 10 years. You can imagine. What were you doing the last 10 years? You were in P5. Wow. What were you doing the last 10 years? She doesn't even remember. So that's how long I've been shooting. Anyway, my journey started as a press conference person. I used to cover press conferences. How many of you have started your internship or have done internship here? It's only a few. Okay. So in most cases, when we go to newsrooms and then they give us press conferences, people are like, I think they are not appreciating my work. I think they are not doing this and that. But I think through the press conferences, you learn a lot of things. You learn how to socialize with others, and then other few things. So when I was still doing press conferences, that's when I learned that in photography, they deal with space. If I'm to take a picture of you guys seated there, I have to put in mind the space where is the photo going to be placed. If it's going to be placed in a newspaper, it means I have to minimize the picture that I'm taking so that you guys can fit in the space provided. So those are the kind of things that I learned from the press conferences. Then I started graduating slowly by slowly. By graduating, I mean I started covering getting serious assignments. And I remember I started with a Canon 350D. I still even have it. That 350D is actually a very small camera, but I remember the magic that I did with that small camera. I even won awards with that small camera. So at times it doesn't matter the camera that you're using. What matters is how you can use that small camera. I've seen people taking pictures using their phones, but it doesn't matter whether you have an iPhone Pro, whether you have a Samsung, whether you have iTel, whether you have... Anyway, it doesn't matter the phone that you have, but what business do you use that phone for? Do you use it to call and abuse people? Do you use it to do business? So the camera that I was using wasn't the problem, or didn't matter. What mattered was how I use it and what I actually got out of the camera. So I graduated, I got another camera. So it's a journey that I walked from 20 12 to now, because I can now get any camera that I want, provided I want to use it for something. So it has been a journey that I've moved, and what I can tell you is that you can all move a journey, but what it takes is the resilience, and you're supposed to be asking yourself, if to be a photojournalist, when should I start? When do you think you should start photography? You should start now. And if you to start now, you should start as early as in the next 10 minutes. Because in photography, we deal with time management. One of the things that I've gone through and things that I have seen is time when it comes to photography. If you can't manage your time, then you may not be a good photographer. Because the moment you miss a moment, photography is about moments. If you miss a moment, if they say police is arresting some people, if you are not there when they are arresting them, it means the photo is gone. And you will never get it. We don't find moments that we miss. It will be another moment just similar like to the one that you missed, but it can't be the same moment. Instead, I don't know, there's a picture that I took of a police patrol some time back. I don't know whether it's ready. But it was a moment. If I wasn't at that place at that moment, I wouldn't have taken it. So actually, when you go back to the press conferences, it teaches you how to keep time. It teaches you how to keep time. The picture of a police patrol. If you keep time, it means that you always get the moments. If you don't keep time, you will never get the moment. So time is a key factor in photography. Because like today, I was supposed to cover something in court. Actually, I decided to miss it so that I can be here with you guys. So, but they called me. All the guys who were at court called me and they were like, Abu, we have missed the guy. I was like, how? We all came late. The guy had already been, you remember, you know the Makere lecturer who allegedly, because I don't want to say who slapped, but he allegedly slapped a student. He has been charged in court. But they all missed the picture. Why? They were late. So they missed a moment. Anyway, so that's how my journey, a humble journey, by the way, that's how it started. And one of the things that inspire me to do photography is the passion. If you want to do photography, you should have the passion for photography. I've seen photographers, they go for a function, takes one picture, 2, 3, then sits and waits. I've seen photographers who go for a press conference, they take like 150 photos from a press conference. And then they feel they are not done. Even when the person is walking away, they are still taking pictures. You get it? So, who of the two has the passion for photography? One who comes and takes 20 pictures, and then the one who comes and takes 150. Whom do you think has the passion? Sorry? 150. So this guy feels like he has not gotten enough. In photography, we don't get enough until the assignment is done. So that's one of the things that keeps you, can I say,